My dear child, do you realize how close I am to you at this very moment? Even now, as you read these words, my presence surrounds you like a gentle, comforting breeze. I have longed for this sacred pause in your day where I can speak directly to your heart. Consider this message as my personal letter to you, a whisper of eternal love carried on a holy wind. Rest in the knowledge that you are infinitely cherished. From the very first beat of your heart, I have known you by name. You are not an accident, nor the result of mere chance. Long before you took your first breath, I envisioned your smile, your tears, your dreams, and even your struggles. Every moment of your life was anticipated with a father's delight, eager to walk beside you in triumph and to hold you close in sorrow. Yes, my child, you are the focus of my deep affection. Not a random soul adrift in a vast universe, but a precious creation formed with divine intent. Even now, I welcome you with open arms, longing to assure you that the door to my heart is forever open. Can you sense the warmth of my embrace? Whenever you feel distant, burdened, or unworthy, remember, my love for you does not waver. It does not hinge upon your success, nor is it halted by your failures. Just as a parent's gaze shines with unwavering devotion for their beloved child, my gaze upon you is ever tender, ever welcoming, ever faithful. Take a moment now. Breathe deeply. Allow yourself to rest in this truth: I am here, and I adore you. There is no part of your life, no corner of your heart, that escapes my notice. When laughter lights up your face, I rejoice with you. When grief clouds your vision, I cradle you tenderly and share in the weight of your pain. If you have ever doubted my concern, let this moment dispel every lie that whispered you were alone. I am closer than your very breath. Perhaps you've wondered, is there truly a love that never fades? A peace that doesn't shatter when storms arise? Hear me, beloved, my love is not like shifting sands or passing seasons. It is steadfast under every circumstance, shining like a beacon that will always guide you home. In your brightest days and darkest nights, my affection holds strong, ready to comfort, to heal, and to restore. When the weight of the world feels heavy, lean on me. Let me be your safe harbor where your weary soul can find rest. You may sometimes feel distant, questioning if I have withdrawn my presence. Please know, I have never left your side, not for a single heartbeat. Even when you cannot perceive me, I am working in ways beyond your understanding. I see the entirety of your path, from its humble beginnings to its glorious end, and I walk with you through every valley and over every peak. If you listen carefully now, you will hear my gentle voice reminding you. You are loved. You are wanted. You are seen. Surrender your burdens at my feet, the regrets, the worries, the wounds that sometimes feel too deep to heal. Hand them over to me. You were never meant to carry them alone. Let them roll off your shoulders and into the arms of the one who formed the stars, and who cares intimately for the desires of your heart. In return, I give you a peace that transcends every storm, a gift that settles into the core of your being. Take courage in this truth. Your life matters profoundly. Every gift you possess, every act of kindness, every step you take toward love and faithfulness, it all matters. And I am with you, always. Come closer now, my beloved. There is more I want to reveal, not just to your mind, but to your heart. I see the burdens you've been trying to carry, the weight of expectations, disappointments, and unanswered prayers. You've tried to be strong, to keep going, to keep smiling. But today, I invite you to stop striving and simply rest. You've carried this alone long enough. You weren't created to walk through life in your own strength. My hands, which shaped the mountains and stilled the seas, are the same hands reaching for you now. Let me lift the heaviness from your shoulders. Let me take the pressure from your chest. Let me be the one who holds your broken pieces and makes you whole again. There is no shame in being tired. There is no guilt in feeling overwhelmed. I see you. I know how hard you've tried, how many times you've wept in secret, whispering prayers no one else could hear. I was there. I caught every tear. I felt every ache in your chest. I heard every silent cry. And I never once turned away. You are not disqualified by your past. You are not too broken to be used. In fact, it is in your weakness that my power shines most brightly. Where the world sees failure, I see the raw beauty of someone who hasn't given up. Someone who still dares to hope. And that is where miracles begin. Today, I am calling you into a new season, a season of healing, of restoration, of peace. But it begins with surrender. Not a surrender of defeat, but one of trust. Trust that I know what you need. Trust that I know when to move, and how to lead you forward. Trust that my timing, even when it feels slow, is always perfect. You don't need to earn my love. You don't have to impress me or prove yourself worthy. My love was set upon you before the foundation of the world. It is not shaken by your failures or dimmed by your fears. I love you because you are mine, simply, fully, eternally. I want you to begin living from that truth. Let go of the voices that say you're not enough. Silence the lies that whisper you're forgotten. They are not from me. What I say about you is this: you are chosen. You are cherished. You are never alone. Let your heart breathe again. Let joy return, not because everything is perfect, but because you're safe in the arms of the one who holds eternity. You are surrounded by my grace, covered by my mercy, and strengthened by my spirit. I will never leave you behind. Even now, as you reflect on these words, I am moving. Not just around you, but within you, renewing your mind, softening your heart, rekindling the flame of faith that flickered in the dark. What you thought was the end was only the beginning. What felt like loss was the pruning before the growth. What looked like silence was actually preparation. So breathe, dear one. Inhale peace, exhale fear. I am not in a rush, and you don't need to be either. Walk with me. One step at a time, one day at a time. Let's write the next chapter together, one filled with beauty, purpose, and freedom. You were never meant to carry this alone. And now, you don't have to. Stay with me, beloved. Let your heart remain still a little longer. In the quiet, I am doing more than you know, not just lifting your burdens, but restoring the joy that hardship tried to steal. There is no need to rush back into noise or distraction. Right now, this moment with me is where peace begins to take root. You've been strong for so long. Now let me be strong for you. There are storms you've weathered that others never saw, internal battles, waves of doubt, whispers of fear that pressed in without warning. But none of it was hidden from me. I was there when the anxiety crept in like a shadow. I stood beside you when you couldn't find the words to pray. I held your heart gently when it ached from loss, disappointment, or betrayal. Let me be the voice that calms your storm. Even now, if your thoughts are racing or your spirit feels unsettled, come close. I don't need perfection from you. I don't even need strength. I just need your openness. Bring me your questions. Bring me your confusion. Bring me the pieces of your life that feel too shattered to fix. I don't ask you to understand everything, only to trust that I do. The chaos around you may seem louder than ever, but my voice still speaks peace. I say, be still, and the winds of fear obey. I say, come to me, and every lie loses its power. I say, you are mine, and the doubts that have clung to your identity fall away like dust. You do not have to have all the answers to keep walking. Just take the next step, knowing I walk beside you. I am your constant. I am your anchor. I am the light that leads you through valleys and up the highest hills. Whether you're surrounded by silence or surrounded by noise, I never stop guiding you. If you feel weary from the journey, remember, not a single step has been wasted. Every moment you chose to love, to forgive, to believe, even when it was hard, has planted seeds that I am watering. Even when you feel unseen, I am watching over every detail with care. I see the tenderness in your heart. I see the dreams you've quietly guarded, afraid to hope again. You may wonder, is it safe to believe for more? Yes, child. It is. Because I am not just the God of yesterday's miracles, I am the God of today's provision and tomorrow's breakthrough. So take a breath and lift your eyes again. Don't look down at what has gone wrong. Don't look back at what was lost. Look ahead, I'm already there. And I've prepared something beautiful. There will be moments when fear tries to sneak back in, when memories try to convince you nothing can change. But they are not the truth. I am. And I say this, your story is far from over. In fact, the most radiant chapters are still to come. Hold on to my promises. Let them be the soundtrack that plays when your mind grows tired. Let them be the light that leads you when the path is unclear. You may not always feel it, but transformation is happening, not just around you, but within you. You're not who you were. You're becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more full of grace. And I will keep working in you, shaping every detail with love. You've taken a deep breath. You've let go of what you were never meant to carry. And now, with your heart growing lighter, I invite you to step forward, not in fear, but in quiet confidence. What lies ahead is not a mystery to me. I've gone before you. I've paved the way. There is a future unfolding, not by chance, not by accident, but by my design. The challenges ahead are not meant to crush you but to cultivate something deeper: strength, faith, endurance, and above all, dependence on me. I know how easy it is to question the unknown, to feel unsteady when things don't go as planned. But hear me clearly, uncertainty does not equal abandonment. Delays do not mean I have forgotten. In fact, every moment you've spent waiting, wondering, or wrestling has been preparing you for what comes next. Let me speak this into your heart: you are not behind. You are right on time in my purpose. Don't measure your life by the clocks of this world. Don't compare your steps to others walking beside you. Your journey is sacred. Unique. Intentionally crafted. And it's okay if your timeline doesn't look like theirs, because you were never called to walk their path. I know the dreams you've carried, the ones that felt too bold to say out loud, the ones you quietly tucked away after too many disappointments. You wondered if they were too big, or if you were too small. But child, when I place a dream in your spirit, I also place the grace to see it fulfilled. You don't need to make everything happen in your own strength. You simply need to stay close. Abide in me. Keep your heart soft, your ears open, your spirit willing. I will show you where to go and when to move. Some steps will feel bold. Others will feel small and unnoticed. But none of them are wasted. I use them all. When others doubt you, I will affirm you. When doors close, I will open better ones. When your feet grow tired, I will lift you and carry you forward. Let go of the idea that every answer must come quickly. There's wisdom being formed in the waiting. There's beauty rising even from the ashes of disappointment. There's power in the pauses, clarity in the stillness. I am not asking you to have it all figured out. I only ask that you walk with me. Let's move forward together, one quiet yes at a time. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. Called. Covered. And destined for things beyond what you can now imagine. So stand tall, not in pride, but in quiet assurance. Speak with kindness, walk with grace, and let your life reflect the peace I've planted in you. There is a radiant strength in your gentleness, and I will use it mightily. Each sunrise is a reminder, I'm not finished with your story. The night may feel long, but morning always comes. And when it does, you'll look back and see how far we've come, together. Now that you've taken that next step, even if it felt uncertain, let's pause together again. Not everything needs to be fast. Not every answer must come today. Some of my greatest works are formed slowly, in silence, like roots growing deep beneath the surface before a tree breaks through the ground. So don't despise the wait. Don't rush past this sacred middle, where you and I are building something eternal. In these quiet seasons, I'm doing far more than preparing the road ahead, I'm restoring the inner parts of you that were wounded along the way. The parts you buried beneath busyness. The ones you tried to ignore because they hurt too much to name. But I see them. And I'm not afraid of your brokenness. In fact, I delight in healing it. The pain you've endured, the words that cut, the moments that shook your confidence, the losses that left you breathless, none of it will be wasted. I am weaving every detail into something greater than you can now perceive. The tapestry I'm creating with your life holds colors you've never imagined. Yes, there are scars. But they do not diminish your beauty. They speak of grace. They tell the story of someone who survived the fire, and emerged stronger. You've walked through valleys that others couldn't endure. You've held on to faith when doubt screamed louder. And that perseverance, that quiet determination to keep showing up, even when no one saw, matters to me more than you know. I want you to know, I've never stopped working on your behalf. Even when your prayers seemed to echo into silence, I was listening. Even when nothing seemed to change, I was arranging circumstances behind the scenes. Some answers take time not because I'm withholding, but because I'm aligning everything for your good. Your soul matters to me. Not just your success or your progress, but your heart, the real you behind the roles you play and the smiles you wear. I want you to feel free to come to me just as you are, without having to fix yourself first. I'm not waiting for you to become someone else. I'm calling the person you are right now. I love you in this moment, fully, fiercely, faithfully. And I have more for you. Not just peace that passes understanding, but purpose that lifts your spirit. Not just healing from the past, but passion for the future. I want to set a fire in your heart, not of striving, but of love so deep it overflows into every part of your life. You're not just being restored, you're being prepared. There are people only you can reach, burdens only you can help carry, places only your feet are meant to go. The trials you've walked through have given you compassion. The waiting has birthed wisdom. And soon, you'll speak from those places not with bitterness, but with a voice that carries hope. So remain close. Continue seeking me in the small, steady ways. I'm not far off. I'm near, closer than your thoughts, more constant than the changing winds. The time is coming when all that felt lost will be returned in ways that far exceed your expectations. Stay the course, beloved. You are being made ready.